everyone, welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're peeling back the layers on Binance. We're not just talking about a crypto exchange here. We're talking about the undisputed titan of the digital asset world, really the biggest player out there.
Absolutely. Their scale is just immense.
So what makes them so dominant? And maybe more importantly, how are they actually navigating this constantly shifting crypto landscape? That's what we're here to figure out today.
Yeah, it's a fascinating space, always moving.
Our mission today really is to understand Binance in 2025. We're going to try and unpack its incredible evolution, look at the significant challenges it's facing right now, and crucially, where this crypto powerhouse is actually headed next.
Right.
The goal for you listening is to cut through all the noise, maybe give you a crystal clear picture of Binance past, present, and future, the stuff that really matters.
And it's not just about listing facts, is it? Our mission here is to really dig into our sources, extract the most important nuggets of knowledge, the insights. This deep dive isn't just about what Binance is. It's more about understanding the why they make certain moves, and what that means for anyone interested in, crypto or even the future of finance.
Exactly. So whether you're maybe new to crypto, just dipping your toes in, or you're a seasoned trader, you should walk away from this feeling genuinely well-informed. We think we found some surprising facts along the way. You'll definitely leave with a clearer, more concise picture of where Binance stands today. So maybe let's rewind a bit first. Binance kicked off in 2017, founded by Changpeng Zhao, CZ, with this pretty grand mission, freedom of money. How revolutionary was that really back in 2017? The crypto scene was still pretty young then.
Yeah, every titan has an origin story, right? And Binance is started in 2017 with CZ and that, as you said, remarkably bold mission, freedom of money. Almost idealistic, you could say. It starts in China, but it quickly becomes a story of adapting globally. Almost immediately, they made that strategic move overseas, really to navigate those regulatory pressures that were already building.
And look where they are now.
Exactly. Fast forward to 2025, and the platform boasts over, 100 million users globally. It's just an incredible trajectory.
That aggressive strategy clearly paid off. But looking back, were there maybe overlooked risks in expanding that fast? Especially with the regulations that eventually caught up.
That's a good question. I mean, hindsight is 20/20, isn't it?
True. And what were the key ingredients? How did they achieve that skyrocketing dominance so quickly?
Well, what's clear from our analysis is it wasn't just luck. Binance simply outmaneuvered everyone. They offered more coins, more trading pairs, and a faster engine. That's a direct quote from one of the sources. They cornered the market with incredibly low fees, super rapid token listings faster than anyone else, and they really fostered this community-driven model.
Right.
After leaving China, they eventually settled in Malta for a while, but that global spread just kept going. It shows this consistent pattern of aggressive innovation and global expansion, always pushing boundaries.
And it's way beyond just trading now, isn't it? Binance has built this huge, sprawling ecosystem.
Oh, definitely.
When you look at their core offerings, they cover so much ground. You've got your basic spot trading, for instant buying and selling.
The bread and butter.
Yeah. But then they also offer more advanced stuff like futures and margin trading. That's leverage trading, right? Lets you borrow funds to amplify potential gains or losses, of course.
High risk, high reward territory there.
Exactly. And for people looking to maybe earn passively, there's staking in Binance Earn.
Right. Putting your crypto to work.
And for projects trying to launch, there's the Launchpad for early stage token sales. They even have practical tools like Binance Pay and the Binance Card.
Which lets you actually spend crypto, right?
Yeah, apparently you can spend crypto anywhere. Visa is accepted with the card,
Right.
which is pretty significant for adoption.
Okay, so all these features sound powerful, but is there something holding it all together, like a central piece?
This point.
That's where BNB, the Binance coin, comes in. And it's much more than just another crypto token.
Yes, so.
Well, what's fascinating is its dual utility. First, if you hold BNB, you get discounts on your trading fees. That's a huge incentive right there to hold and use it on the platform.
Okay, makes sense.
Second, it has this unique quarterly burn mechanism. It's kind of like a company buying back its own shares.
And then destroying them.
Exactly. Removing them from circulation permanently. The idea is to reduce the total supply of BNB over time, which, in theory, should increase its scarcity and maybe its value.
Interesting mechanism.
And beyond just the exchange, BNB powers the whole BNB chain. That's become a really significant blockchain itself, hosting tons of DeFi apps, NFTs, all sorts of decentralized projects.
So BNB isn't just a token, it's like foundational to their whole world.
Pretty much, yeah.
But does that deep integration, maybe that over-reliance we mentioned earlier as a potential drawback, does that create a single point of failure or maybe heightened risk if BNB itself ran into trouble?
It's a very valid question about concentrated risk. We should definitely touch on that more when we discuss the cons.
Okay. And looking at Binance now in 2025, how has it evolved beyond just being an exchange?
Well, our sources describe it as evolving into a complete financial and AI ecosystem, which is a huge claim.
AI, how's that playing out?
What's potentially revolutionary here isn't just that they have AI tools, it's how they might be democratizing these high-level trading strategies. Stuff that used to be just for hedge funds, right?
Yeah.
We're talking AI trading tools using predictive analytics and bot trading using machine learning.
Wow. Okay.
They've also rolled out more sophisticated institutional products, things like custody solutions and compliance dashboards aimed at professional firms.
Catering to the big players.
Exactly. And for the NFT scene, there's NFT Marketplace 2.0 now integrated with BNB and Ethereum chains. So more interoperability.
And what about transparency? That's been a huge issue in crypto.
Right. And they made a big commitment there with proof of reserves,
Yeah.
basically showing real-time asset backing.
Mm.
The proof of reserves, it's not just a feature, is it? It feels like a direct response to those massive trust crises we saw, like FTX collapsing back in 22.
Absolutely. A necessary move.
Yeah, Binance is essentially opening its books, trying to prove solvency in real time. It's about rebuilding trust in centralized exchanges, which is a pretty monumental shift towards accountability in an industry that's often been quite opaque.
Definitely a big shift. So, okay, we've seen the meteoric rise, the sprawling ecosystem, but it hasn't all been smooth sailing, has it?
Not at all.
No journey this big is without trials. And for Binance, those trials really came in the form of this unprecedented regulatory storm, particularly in 2023 and 2024.
Yeah, that was the defining period.
Can you walk us through that? How did it shape where they are now? I remember the headlines were just constant.
It really was seismic. That 2023-2024 period brought intense regulatory scrutiny. We're talking lawsuits from the SEC, the CFTC, and several global regulators just coming at them from all angles.
And didn't that lead to CZ stepping down?
It culminated in that, yeah, a shocking turn of events, as one source put it. CZ resigned as CEO and then later was sentenced to house arrest in late 2024.
For an organization built so much around one charismatic leader, what was the internal impact? How did they actually steady the ship?
Well, Binance's response has been pretty clear. Ramp up compliance and introduce stricter KYC. That's know your customer policies.
More identity checks, basically.
Exactly. More rigorous verification for users. It's crucial context for understanding how they operate now. They're trying to navigate this new landscape, maybe get ahead of the curve this time.
It definitely changed the game for them, no doubt. So, with all that history, all those challenges, how does Binance actually stack up against the other giants today, like Coinbase, Kraken? Are they still the undisputed leader?
Certainly still lead in many ways, but yeah, the competition is strong. If you look at Coinbase, for example, it's often seen as easier, maybe safer for U.S. users because of its regulatory standing.
But the fees are higher, right?
Generally, yeah, higher fees.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's Kraken, known for being strong on security, popular with institutions, but usually offers fewer trading pairs compared to Binance.
Okay.
And KuCoin. Good if you're hunting for a wide range of altcoins, but it definitely lacks regulatory clarity in quite a few places.
So despite the headwinds.
Despite the challenges, Binance still holds its ground. Our sources consistently point to its leadership in liquidity, features, and global reach. The scale is just hard to compete with.
Which brings us to a really critical point. Security. You hear stories about exchanges getting hacked. Binance has faced that too, haven't they?
They have. The sources note that Binance has faced hacks, but bounced back stronger each time, which says something about their resilience, I suppose.
But how do they protect user funds? What are the actual layers in place? If you're a user, what should make you feel secure or not?
They use several layers. First, there's the SAFU fund, that's SAFU. It's Binance's own emergency reserve fund.
Like an insurance policy.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
An insurance pot specifically to cover user losses if there's a major breach or some kind of systemic issue.
Okay, that's reassuring.
Beyond that, they use cold storage. That means keeping the bulk of funds offline, away from potential hackers, and multi-signature wallets.
How does multi-sig work?
Think of it like needing multiple keys to open a bank vault. Transactions need approval from several independent parties or devices before they can go through. Much harder to compromise.
Got it.
And then for individual users, things like mandatory 2FA, two-factor authentication, and anti-phishing features are essential. They act like your personal digital security guards.
Okay, let's pivot slightly. Let's talk pros and cons. Because, in crypto, it's never just a simple story, is it?
Never black and white.
When we weigh the advantages, Binance's sheer scale is just massive. That largest liquidity and user base, what does that actually mean for a user?
It means you can almost always trade what you want, when you want, without the price suddenly jumping or dropping dramatically just because of your trade. That's huge, especially for active traders. Price slippage can kill profits.
Right. And the wide selection of tokens and services.
It means you're not just stuck buying Bitcoin or Ether. You can explore DeFi, NFTs, earn passive income through staking, maybe even spend crypto directly with their card. Loads of options.
Plus, the low trading fees compared to others are always a big draw.
Definitely. And they keep innovating, right? Continuous innovation in DeFi, NFTs, and AI.
Yeah.
They're not just sitting still.
Okay, but on the flip side, the drawbacks. That huge range of features we just praised.
Yeah, it can be a double-edged sword. For new users, it's often described as a complex interface. It can feel like trying to pilot a spaceship when you just wanted a simple on-ramp. Genuinely overwhelming at first.
I can see that. And then there's the regulatory shadow.
Exactly. That history of regulatory scrutiny we talked about. It's led to Binance not being available in some major countries because of compliance hurdles.
And the reliance on BNB.
Yeah, that over-reliance on the BNB ecosystem. If BNB itself faced a major crisis, regulatory or technical crime, it could theoretically ripple through a lot of Binance's offerings.
Okay. And digging into the weak points, are sources identified?
They mentioned a lingering lack of full transparency in some regions. Also that their approach to regulation has sometimes felt reactive, not proactive.
Yeah.
Catching up rather than leading. You might hit occasional delays in customer service, which can be frustrating if you have an urgent issue. And there's definitely a high risk from listing low-cap tokens that are volatile. You need to be super careful with those newer, smaller coins. Pump and dumps are real.
So given all of this, the scale, the innovation, but also the regulatory battles and the potential weak points, the really big question, could Binance collapse?
The million-dollar question, or maybe $1 billion in this case.
What are the key risks today, and how likely is something truly catastrophic?
It's always on people's minds with these huge, centralized entities, especially in crypto. Our sources point to several key risks. First, ongoing regulatory pressure. Investigations are still happening, and they can lead to massive fines or worse, operational bans in key markets.
Right.
Then there's centralization. Despite the decentralized nature of crypto, Binance itself still controls a lot of key infrastructure. That makes it a potential single point of failure and a very attractive target for attackers or regulators.
Makes sense.
Reputation risk is also still a factor. Those past legal issues, they definitely hurt trust, especially among bigger institutional players who need certainty.
And the market itself?
Of course, market dependency. If the whole crypto market crashes hard, Binance's revenue, like any exchange, plummets fast.
So the verdict on collapse.
The general assessment from our sources is that a full collapse seems unlikely in the short term. They have strong revenue streams, global dominance, and they've shown resilience. But sustained legal pressure or a profound loss of user trust could cause serious trouble in the future. It's definitely not guaranteed stability forever. It's more like a constant tightrope walk for them.
Okay, so for those of you listening who are using Binance or maybe thinking about it, especially now in 2025, let's talk essential tips, practical stuff.
Good idea.
First, safety. It sounds basic, but it's paramount. Use 2FA, two-factor authentication. Always enable it.
Non-negotiable.
Your password is just one lock, right?
No.
2FA adds another, usually needing a code from your phone or an app. And use email whitelisting.
Explain that one quickly.
It means withdrawals from your account can only go to crypto addresses you've specifically pre-approved. So even if someone gets into your account, they can't just send your funds to their own address. It's a critical defense layer.
Absolutely crucial. And building on that safety theme, always enable 2FA and withdrawal whitelist. We can't stress that enough.
Right.
Also, never ever share API keys publicly. These keys can grant automated access to your account for trading bots and stuff. Keep them secret, keep them safe.
Good point. What about storing crypto?
If you have large amounts, seriously consider storing them in hardware wallets. These are physical devices. Keep your private keys totally offline. Much harder to hack than keeping everything on the exchange.
Makes sense. Not your keys, not your crypto, as they say.
Exactly. Also, make it a habit. Regularly monitor login and withdrawal history. Check for any activity you don't recognize. If something looks weird, act immediately. Change passwords, contact support.
And be wary of scams.
Oh, definitely. Don't trust random Telegram or WhatsApp messages claiming to be Binance support. They will never contact you first that way, asking for info or telling you to click links. Classic scam tactic.
So stay vigilant.
And finally, stay updated with Binance's official blog and announcements. That's where they'll post legitimate security updates, warnings, and news. Don't rely on third-party chatter.
These safety tips are just fundamental for anyone in crypto, really, not just Binance users.
True. Basic digital hygiene.
And while users need to be savvy, Binance itself isn't just resting on its laurels, is it? Building on their strengths, learning from the past. What does that ambitious future vision look like now? I'm hearing buzzwords like DEPIN, RWA.
Yeah, it's incredibly ambitious. Their future vision seems to be expanding into totally new verticals. You mentioned DIPIN, that's decentralized physical infrastructure networks.
Okay, what does that mean in plain English?
Think blockchain-powered physical things, like decentralized energy grids, Wi-Fi networks, storage, using tokens to incentivize building real-world infrastructure. It's pretty out there, but potentially huge.
Interesting. And RWA?
Real-world assets, bringing tangible stuff like real estate, fine art, maybe even bonds onto the blockchain as tokens, tokenizing everything, essentially, opening up traditionally illiquid assets to a global market.
Wow. Okay, so moving way beyond just digital coins.
Exactly. They're also heavily investing in AI, as we mentioned, and decentralized ID systems. The aim seems to be more than an exchange, a platform that powers the future of finance. That's the big vision.
So it's really about building the underlying infrastructure, the rails, for whatever the next generation of digital finance looks like.
That seems to be the goal. Our sources show their focus is clearly on increased transparency, AI tools, and global partnerships, all aimed at building for the next billion crypto users.
It's a massive undertaking. You can really see they're thinking far beyond just being a place to trade crypto.
Yeah, the ambition is undeniable.
So there you have it, our deep dive into Binance in 2025. It remains this undeniable giant in the crypto space, powerful, continuously innovative.
But definitely not without its flaws or challenges.
Absolutely. It continues to play this monumental role in pushing the whole crypto industry forward, even while it's constantly navigating these tricky regulatory waters and operational hurdles.
Which leads us to the crucial final thought, doesn't it?
Yeah.
As always in this space, do your own research, stay cautious, understand the risks, and maybe most importantly, never invest more than you can realistically afford to lose. The world of crypto is exciting, it's fast-moving, but understanding the players and the risks is absolutely key to navigating it wisely.